Welcome to Not My Reality. I'm your host as always, Vinstradamus. A curse is an expressed wish that some form of adversity or misfortune will befall or attach to one or more persons, a place, or an object. In this case, we're going to take a look at Atuk. I know, you're asking, Vinstradamus, what the is Atuk? Atuk is the name of a screenplay about an Inuit warrior from Alaska, the title character, who must cope with suddenly being transplanted to New York City. I think like Crocodile Dundee, but with a fat guy. And what is the rumored curse? Get this, every actor who has attempted to take on the larger-than-life role ended up dying young and tragically. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. What the is Atuk? Parody. If you don't have a sense of humor, go. Welcome. Is this my reality? Is this your reality? Support the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, because I swear YouTube has put a curse on us. In YouTube. You. Let's get right to this. Atuk is a movie that's never been made. It's based on a 1963 satirical Canadian novel called The Incomparable Atuk. The script has been considered cursed due to a string of actors who were in talks for the lead role and died prematurely. And these are some pretty big comedic actors, in more ways than one. First, Saturday Night Live star John Belushi. He was up from the part when he overdosed in 1982. I believe that was in a, what do they call that, a highball, a combination of heroin and cocaine. Sounds like fun. 6 years later, the screaming comic Sam Kinison actually began shooting the movie before he stormed off the set and shut down production. Kinison died in a car accident in 1992. Ironically, Kinison, who had a reputation of being a party animal, was actually sober and hit by a drunk driver during this accident. Talk about the unlucky lottery there. The Atuk script next made its way to John Candy in 1993. Within a year, Candy succumbed to ongoing health issues. And who didn't love John Candy? Candy passed away in his sleep of a heart attack. Is it me, or are we noticing just a little pattern here? And then finally, Chris Farley, the beloved Chris Farley, agreed to don the purse as Atuk, but he too OD'd in 1997. Yo, that heroin, stay away from that shit. Doesn't sound good. Allegedly, Farley went on a drug-fueled binge with his friend and actor Andy Dick 24 hours before his overdose. Remember that. Adding to the strangeness, in the Farley connection, is the Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman was slated to co-star shortly before his wife murdered him in 1998. It's a piece of advice. Never tell your wife, who's a cokehead, that you're leaving in the morning and then go to sleep in the bed, especially with a loaded revolver right next to your head in the bedstand. Hartman's wife had stopped using cocaine, but hanging out with actor Andy Dick, she relapsed. We gotta look into this Andy Dick character. The Atuk curse resembles another alleged curse on a film project, the long-attempted film adaptation of the 1980 novel of A Confederacy of Dunces. Many of the same actors who were considered for the role of Atuk before their deaths, Belushi, Candy, and Farley, were also considered for the lead role in A Confederacy of Dunces. Is that a coincidence? Sounds like two real shitty scripts to me, but I digress. But wait, there's more. Atuk's influence is allegedly so sinister and so evil that it appeared to have struck people who just merely read the script, including Saturday Night Live writer Michael O'Donoghue, who died of a cerebral hemorrhage at age 54. We mentioned Phil Hartman, who was killed at the age of 49 by his wife Bryn in drug-fueled murder-suicide. Does this Atuk script, this movie, exert some kind of evil? Some kind of deadly force? The movie remains unfilmed, and the entire project is in development hell. Pardon the pun. So what do you think? Is this some kind of curse on this movie adaptation of Atuk? Or just a coincidence around a movie which probably has a real shitty plot? Leave a comment down below. And which one of these dead guys is your favorite? Also leave a comment down below. Let's get the fuck out of here. What do you want to watch? Tommy Boy? How about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Blues Brothers? We can go anywhere here. Peace.